call this public hearing for closing of County Road 96 to order. Public hearing for July 27, 2015 at 2:30 p.m. We will have a break in between this and the regular meeting, and we will not have any formalities before we begin the public hearing. We'll go straight into the public hearing. So this public hearing is to discuss the closure of County Road 96 as requested by TVA. With this last request they've had. And Mr. Porter, do you have anything you want to say to that?
Not really. This is, I think the notice was published in the paper. Well, I know the notice was published in the paper. And as to the hearing today, for the purpose of closing, I think it's 0.82 or miles of road of County Road 96 will be closed to the public if the commission accepts this request by TVA.
Okay.
Can I ask what the end of that? See, I live on 96, I just wondered which end Morgan's going to close.
I can show you a map. How about that?
The closure is going to take essentially the portion that's closed off right now, where those barricades are. That's been closed at this time because of the bridge. The bridge is not up to the standard, so we've had it temporarily closed. TVA has requested that we permanently close that, and of course, look for any economic development opportunities.
Well, I'll live right before you get to the barricade on the lake. That's the reason I'm here.
Okay. Right off of 277?
Yep.
Okay.
First house,
So to get into that, before we have some comments, but do the commissioners have any comments or questions before we go into the public hearing portion? Okay, so we'll go ahead and open it up, and I'll ask, does anyone, do you have anything you'd like to speak for or against it, or you just wanted to know?
I just wanted to know what was going on.
Okay, so I'll go through this portion real quick, and then we'll go through some more discussion. So is there anyone here to speak for or against this item? Anyone to speak for or against this item? Anyone to speak for or against this item? Okay, having none, we'll continue to a little more explanation. Do you have the map with you?
I do.
Okay.
Let me get a color map. And thus, you may can answer this question. I have not been out there, or Charity or Jonathan may be able to answer the question better in relationship to where y'all live, where the barricade will be.
When you turn down 96, I think it's probably 100 yards down that road, I guess, where the bridge, the gates across the road, so it's before you get to your house.
So it won't, where his house is will not be affected.
No.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Okay.
Do you have any other concerns or questions? Okay.
You want to leave? We can leave now. We just don't even know if we're going to be okay. What will happen with the bridge? Are they going to repair it?
The bridge, if they brought it up to spec, well, that'd be within their own determination, I guess. Right now, again, we've not planned to do anything with that. We've actually just gone through the public hearing process, but did you have anything to request or questions about this?
On what?
County Road 96?
Yeah. You know, I think I talked to you a couple weeks ago on the speeds on that road, you know. And they got the engineers do a study on that road before they closed that bridge, and had speeds way over 100 mile an hour on that road right there by the Snowboard Church.
You're talking about 70 or what?
That's 70. All the traffic turned out of the estates over there, right by the house. And all those trucks going in TVA now, just about, is gravel trucks, fuel trucks, going that road now too.
Okay. Is that your concern with
I just want to get the speed down on it and some law enforcement on it.
Do they have a posted speed limit sign?
They didn't have none until I got the engineers out there. And they posted it 40 mile an hour, and that's still too fast. 277 there is 45, and it's a double road really. And what we got there is a cow path, you know, 70. So,
And 70 is the one that you're concerned with the speed?
yeah, yes sir, sure is. Because I live right there at the foot of one hill. There's a little trailer park right there, and there's a bunch of driveways come out. They come over that hill so fast sometimes that you cannot. You just, sometimes you get back and reverse just in time, you know, and they don't cut you no slack or nothing else. If you're out there mowing, whatever, they just, I don't know, wise guys, young, dumb, whatever, I don't know, you know, so.
Is it the same vehicles pretty much all the time?
Yes, most of it's just in and out. We got a lot of in and out traffic. I've sat there a lot of times and watched it, and I grew up there all my life, you know, lived right there all my life. Just about. And these cars go in maybe 3 or 4 minutes, right back out. Come back in, right back out. Just like that all day. It's just, that's, to me, unnecessary traffic. I don't know where they're going, what they're doing. I'm not no policeman, nothing like it. So I just, my neighbors wanted me to come down here today, and that's why I'm here, you know. So they talked about the bridge over there. Glenn Lida, he said, he talked to the engineer about the bridge there. Could be the weight limit on it lowered and use the bridge. So I don't know, only thing I think about the bridge there, it took relieved a lot of that traffic off of 70 there, carrying it into Bridgeport, because they leave that subdivision there going that way too, you know. But there's something have to be done about the speed on the road there. You know. It's that and respect for the people that live on it. You know.
Yes, sir.
We have our county engineer, assistant county engineer. The two things on that: one, we can look at the speed, but even on TVA's traffic on that road, you know, they have a road that they should be using to enter and exit, don't they?
Steam Plant Road.
Yeah, Steam Plant Road. So we need to see why they're not utilizing that roadway as opposed to going up on 70. So we'll discuss all that with them as well.
I noticed the fuel trucks and stuff go over, and we go over, they get to the bridge there, they have to go back to the right. And it's just a little short, then right into the steam plant.
Right.
But you come the steam plant road off on 96, that's when it gets rough.
Yeah, that road probably needs some repair.
I mean, it's rough. I mean, there's no roller coaster in the country no rougher than that. It'll be the, I drive over through there with my Jeep sometimes, and it's rough.
Is that why they come up 70, you think?
Yeah, I know it is. And two, TVA, what are you gonna do with the bridge, whatever, that's, but that road going in 96 right there, I think somebody will do something with it, you know.
Right.
Tennessee, I mean, TVA can help with the cost of it or whatever, you know.
Oh, on the portion that goes into the plant there, right?
Well, it comes off steam plant, 96 comes off the steam plant.
Right.
It, you know, it'll go past my house and you go 96 and it'll carry across the steam plant highway, clear out to where TVA, I don't know, they paved that around by rudders there, back down, comes out to the tractor shed over on.
Yeah, we would, I don't think we'd be opposed to soliciting assistance from TVA to get that portion of the road, you know, fixed up in the future.
That would take a lot off, because Lila, he lives over there. And he was talking to me, he said, it's just a lot easier on me to just come back this way and go that way. And it's, you just have to come out there and sit and watch it.
We've been out there, we've seen some of the traffic and you know, I understand the concerns. Obviously, like you said, we hope to see some economic development benefits in the future, but that doesn't mean we can't do something to help improve the traffic on 96 and 70, you know, the remaining portion there.
It's way out of hand.
Yeah.
I mean, it done got past bad. And you talk to them and it goes one ear and out the other. You know.
Did we do a traffic study out there?
Yes, and we based the speed limit off the 85th percentile. That's how we arrived at that. It can be posted for lower if we choose to, but that's why it was posted at 40.
It's just dangerous. And it's just, my neighbor up on the other side of me, he said, I've never been hit 2 or 3 times, you know, just, and you get to the top of the hill, I mean, come by my house, go over the hill, like going to Steam Plant Road.
Yes, sir.
There's an old lock road coming out from where it used to go from TVA there. I don't know the number. A lot of people live on that road.
Yes, sir.
And they pulling out from there. There's a weeded area, and there've been a lot of cars just top that hill so fast to miss one right there, just go right out through the weeds there. You know. It's just an accident waiting to happen.
My understanding also, the bridge is actually gonna remain as part of the county's, is that correct?
I'm not sure where the
I think
bridge
they're-
is.
I think they're taking,
Yeah.
just on the opposite side of the bridge, of course, with this, we may want to vacate that, or close down that bridge altogether unless we have plans to improve it to the other side, but I don't think there'd be a need to do that. But I don't believe the vacation includes the bridge.
I can't tell from the map.
I can see. Okay, now they are taking the bridge in also, okay. Or requesting the bridge also. I'll pass this around. Any other questions or comments?
No, I just want to,
On the Bridgeport end of 96,
Uh-huh.
who's responsible for what's next for that road?
The county will remain responsible for that. Yeah, all the way up.
It's getting bad too.
Yeah, all the way up to where that barricade, and they will put, either leave that barricade or put up another permanent barricade once this is, if this is closed. But we'll be responsible all the way up to that point.
More equipment went into there and
Yeah,
did some holes down.
yeah, we're hoping,
Just two houses on
Yeah, just 2,000.
they utilize those roads around there, they've worked them. Anything else, Commissioners, do you have any other?
Hey, we learned what we want to know.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you. Okay. If there's no opposition, then we'll place this on the agenda immediately following, to be voted on, and we will take a look at it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
be looking for.
Think something. All right, now, I think I do need to do something I skipped. We could do a roll call, for the public hearing, even though we have the signature just to show that the quorum was present. You call roll, Mr. Mayor.
District 1, Mr. Duffy.
Present.
District 2, Mr. Venable.
Present.
District 3, Mr. Miller.
Present.
And District 4, Mr. Levels.
Present.
Chairman also present.
Okay, so we have a quorum present. So anything further before we close the public hearing? And I'll ask one more time, anyone here to speak for or against? Okay, so with that, we'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Motion and a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Okay. Call our Jackson County Commission meeting for July 27th to order. Have a roll call.
District 1, Mr. Duffy.
Present.
District 2, Mr. Venable.
Present.
District 3, Mr. Miller.
Present.
District 4, Mr. Levels.
Present.
Chairman also present.
Quorum is present. We'll have our invocation by Mr. Porter and our pledge by Mr. Bennett.
God, our Father in heaven, we're blessed again to be here today. We're so thankful for all the blessings you provide each and every person that's here and to this county. We're thankful for being able to live in this wonderful county, the beauty that it surrounds us, and we thank you for the people of the county. We're also thankful to live in this nation. God, we pray that our leaders will always look to you for the answers that they need, and that you'll guide them as the best that can be done, and that we'll all be blessed by your presence. So God, we thank you for these things. We pray that you'll bless us. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item is approval of the minutes from the previous meeting. We have our minutes from July 13th. Are there any changes before we proceed? Have a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Make a motion.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second that motion.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Okay. Next item is approval of the agenda. We have 4 items on our new business for this afternoon. Do we have any changes before we proceed? We have a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Okay, we have no awards or presentations, no one signed up to speak this afternoon, and no old business, so we'll move straight into new business. And the first item is a motion to approve and sign a resolution regarding closing County Road 96 You have in your packets a copy of the letter of request, a copy of the map, and the resolution that you have in the packets is not the correct one. I think this is the correct resolution here. The letter will have. And of course, we just had the public hearing on this, so before we proceed, are there any other questions or comments or concerns or thoughts on this? There is a clarification we need to have from TVA as to whether that bridge is included, but I would recommend we approve it as per the map, the statement on the map, and then get that clarified with them.
The bridge is included, it says.
That's what it looks like to me.
It says right there.
Are there any other questions or comments? Okay, so we'll entertain a motion then to proceed with this item.
Make that motion.
Motion, we have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Okay. Next item, motion to approve and sign 772 resolution. Mr. Porter, if you could explain a little more about what this is.
And there is the amendment to the Alabama Constitution, 772, if anybody wants to read it. But it allows public bodies to, or it requires that public bodies give notice of the potential for the expenditure of public funds for industrial development on private property, for private entities. So we have to give notice of that before we can do that. And so there is a possibility, there is no current request, but there is a possibility in the future that there will be a request on this project. It was announced a couple of weeks ago. And so before we can expend public funds, we're required to pass this resolution. And then upon passing of the resolution, the commission can then authorize the work on our expenditure of funds for that purpose.
And any expenditure funds would have to come back
Yes.
before the commission. So any questions or comments on that before we proceed?
We don't have any requests on the table presently, but that doesn't mean that there won't be some in the future.
Just to prepare us.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is this only applicable to this, to one project? Any questions, other questions, comments? Okay, do we have a motion to approve the 772 resolution?
Make a motion.
Motion, we have a second.
Second that motion.
Any further discussion on this item? Okay, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. Okay, next item, motion to approve and appoint a member to the DeKalb Jackson Water Board. We announced this, I believe, over a month ago, and Mr. Scott Bynum's term was over, and he's the only one that's put back in for this. So we'll open the floor for any nominations, including Mr. Bynum. Again, he was the only one that did put in. But do we have any nominations for this position?
I make a motion to approve Mr. Bowman.
Okay, have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, before we proceed, are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, so we have a motion and a second to reappoint Mr. Bynum to this position. Any further discussion on this? It's a 6-year term, I believe. Motion and second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Okay. And final item, motion to approve changes to the county engineer contract. This is for the for Miss Charity Manning as serving as a temporary engineer. This is basically outline of the contract for the 2 months and what she has served as temporary engineer. So I think everybody has, I've sent this out or emailed this out a couple, maybe last week maybe, and we looked at it last week at the work session, but are there any other questions or comments on this before we proceed? And it would take place beginning for June 1st and take until past Friday was the term limit. So any questions or comments? We have a motion to approve the contract as presented.
Make that motion.
Motion, we have a second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Okay. So that concludes all the items on our agenda. Before we proceed to all the public comments, I would like to announce we've had a vacancy come up, an unexpired term on the Cab Jackson Water Board. Someone has resigned, and you don't have that in your packet, so we'll get you a copy of that email. So we'll go ahead and announce that vacancy. Anyone that would like to participate or would like to apply for that board, please have something to us in writing.
Is that in addition to the one that was in red?
Yes.
Yeah, so we two.
Right, we just replaced one, and we have another one now that's vacant.
One more besides this one.
Oh, I'm sorry, no, that's the one, yes,
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Spurgeon.
So we had 2 terms end at the same time.
No, we had one term that ended and one person resigned. I think they've got 3 years left on it.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
So we'll have to make that appointment.
What does that DeKalb mean beside him? Is it DeKalb the one that
Yeah,
makes
that's
that
not,
appointment?
that's not ours. Yeah, he's not the one that resigned. It was, need to look at, I think it's Mr. Cummings.
Is there a, vicinity you have to live in to be a member of this board? Just anyone in Jackson County?
I believe in Grand Jackson County.
You probably have to be on the service end of
Service
this,
area.
right? And most of those are pretty well limited to that side of the mountain.
North End. Any other questions or comments on that? So anyone that is interested in serving of that will need to let us know by 4:30 on the 7th of August. If we have to extend that, we will, but we'll see if we can have any applications within that time frame. Okay? So now we'll move on to the rest of our comments. Mr. Manning, do you have any? No. Mr. Porter? Mr. Miller?
No, sir.
Mr. Ledwell?
No, sir.
Mr. Venable?
No, sir.
Mr. Guthrie? All right. That concludes our meeting this afternoon, so we will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion, we have a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no.